Prepare to have your mind blown as our YouTube video uncovers the shocking connection between HPV and cervical cancer. Get informed, get empowered, and join the conversation today. Don't miss out on this eye-opening revelation. Ever wondered why cervical cancer is so prevalent among women globally? It's a question that has puzzled scientists and doctors for years. The answer lies in something so small, yet so significant. Human papillomavirus, or HPV for short. This microscopic organism is a common infection that is often overlooked, yet it's present nearly everywhere. HPV is a silent intruder, stealthily infiltrating our bodies without us even realizing. It's so prevalent that most sexually active people will get it at some point in their lives. However, the scary part is that it often doesn't show any symptoms. This means that it can quietly cause damage, unbeknownst to the host. And the most alarming part? This common, unseen threat can cause serious health issues. Among these, the most significant is its potential to cause cervical cancer, a disease that impacts millions of women worldwide every year. Yes, the commonly overlooked HPV can potentially lead to cervical cancer. So how does this seemingly harmless infection lead to such a severe condition? Let's delve into the hidden connection between the human papillomavirus, or HPV, and cervical cancer. HPV is a group of more than 200 related viruses, some of which are known to cause warts or papillomas, which are non-cancerous tumors. However, about a dozen of these viruses, referred to as high-risk types, can lead to cancers, including cervical cancer. Here's where the connection gets critical. When a high-risk HPV infects cells in the cervix, it doesn't immediately cause cancer. Instead, it can create changes in the cells, a process called dysplasia. These changes are initially minor, but over time, if left unchecked, they can become more severe. As the abnormal cells continue to divide, they can form a mass or tumor. This is not yet cancer. However, if these abnormal cells begin to invade the surrounding tissues or spread to other parts of the body, they become cancerous. The two types of HPV that are most commonly linked to cervical cancer are HPV-16 and HPV-18. Together, they account for about 70% of all cervical cancer cases. While the infection with HPV is quite common, not everyone who gets HPV will develop cervical cancer. It's the persistent infections with these high-risk types that may lead to cancer over many years, even decades. Remember, this is a slow process. It can take 10 to 20 years for cells to grow from a high-risk HPV infection into cancer. But the risk is real, and the damage is often silent, with no symptoms until the cancer has advanced. The silent transition of HPV to cervical cancer is what makes it a hidden yet significant threat. But understanding this connection is the first step in unmasking the truth about this unseen threat and taking proactive measures to protect ourselves. We'll explore more about prevention in the next scene. So, the seemingly harmless infection isn't so harmless after all, is it? This is a gentle reminder of how important it is to be in tune with our bodies, to understand the risks, and to take proactive steps to stay healthy. Now that we know the threat, what can we do about it? The answer lies in two simple yet powerful tools: regular screenings and HPV vaccinations. Regular screenings are an integral part of preventing cervical cancer. They allow for early detection of any abnormal changes in the cervix, which could potentially be precursors to cancer. It's like having a safety net, catching problems before they escalate. Think of it as a regular checkup for your car. You wouldn't want to wait until the engine fails to take it to the garage, would you? The same goes for your health. Next, let's talk about the HPV vaccination. This is a game changer in the fight against cervical cancer. The vaccine works by protecting against the types of HPV that most often cause cervical cancers. It's like equipping your body with an armor, shielding you from the unseen enemy. It's important to remember that prevention is always better than cure. While treatments for cervical cancer are available, they're often invasive, costly, and can have lasting impacts on a person's quality of life. So, why not take steps to prevent the disease in the first place? In conclusion, the best way to prevent cervical cancer is through early detection and vaccination. It's about taking control of your health, being proactive instead of reactive. Remember, awareness and action are the best defenses against HPV and cervical cancer. Now that you're armed with this knowledge, what's next? Well, it's time to take action. Remember, knowledge is power, but only if it's shared. So, let's spread the word about HPV and its link to cervical cancer. Encourage your friends, family, and everyone you know to learn more and get vaccinated. Each of us has a role to play in this fight. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Fit4Life channel. Together, we can make a difference.